In this tutorial, you'll learn how to service the luggage holds on an Airbus A320neo aircraft. To perform this task, you'll need a vehicle with a loading belt, a tug, and luggage carts attached to the tug. Firstly, prepare for luggage collection by opening the right forward and rear cargo doors in advance. Unlike the 737, where we simply open the cargo hold door with the handle, on the Airbus A320, these doors are opened using a combination of a handle and hydraulic actuators. The exception is the smallest cargo hold door located at the very back of the aircraft. It's known as the bulk cargo door. To open the door, approach the cargo hold door and use the action displayed on the screen to open it. Alright, as you can see, the door has opened slightly, but not fully. This is because it is operated using an electrical hydraulic system. To open it fully, you need to use the indicated switch panel. Now approach and open the highlighted hatch. After opening, stand directly under the switch. To lift the door to its maximum angle, use the actions displayed on the screen. You will notice that the door is fully open when the green light on the panel illuminates. Great. Now repeat that for the rear luggage compartment. Great. Next, you need to position the luggage loader at the rear cargo hold. But before we start, remember to always unload the aircraft starting from the rear of the plane. Why? The center of gravity of every aircraft is generally concentrated between the front and rear wheels as much as possible. To avoid a sudden weight imbalance potentially causing the aircraft to tip back onto its tail, you must first unload the rear hold so that the front of the plane is more heavily loaded than the rear. This situation is also known as tail strike. Now get behind the wheel of the luggage loader and drive it to the rear cargo hold. Stop in the indicated zone. Alright, now your task is to adjust the height of the conveyor belt so that it is just below the door threshold. This will make it easier for you to enter the luggage hold. Do this using the buttons displayed on screen. Next, carefully drive up to the luggage hold. Don't hit the plane with any force during this process. The lip of the conveyor belt only needs to be just near the lower edge of the hold door. Great. Now we need to drive the tug and carts behind the loader so we can start collecting luggage. Now attach the luggage cart to the tug. To do this, position the rear tow hitch of the tug with the hook of the cart, then exit and follow the action prompts displayed on the screen to attach them. Remember, you can attach several carts together. The question is whether the tug has enough power to tow them and whether you have enough skill to attach them together. Now drive the tug with the cart behind the loader that you set up earlier. Leave yourself enough space to handle the luggage safely, then exit the tug. Enter the luggage hold and manually load the bags onto the conveyor belt and then onto the cart. To enter the luggage hold, press the button on screen to crouch. Alright, now move to the front hold and retrieve the luggage from there. You already know what to do. sort all the collected luggage to the sorting area and transfer them to the belt that will direct them to the terminal. Start the belt by pressing the button on the side and gently lay the suitcases on it to deliver them to the baggage claim. Great! Now we will deal with loading luggage onto the aircraft. Luggage is collected from the luggage sorting area through the appropriate slides, where it is automatically sorted by the system to make our work easier. Open the tablet and go to the operations list, then select Flight Mike Sierra 3214 in the departures section to check the box number where you will collect incoming luggage. As you can see, the suitcases will be delivered to the box indicated on the tablet. Drive there and wait for the luggage. Your task will be to load the suitcases onto the luggage carts and deliver them to the front luggage compartment. Your task will be to load the suitcases onto the luggage carts and deliver them to the front luggage compartment. Okay, now just like when unloading luggage, you need to use the luggage loader to load the luggage. Place it under the front cargo doors and adjust the tape to the correct height. Remember to start the tape to move the suitcases up towards the aircraft. You'll have to enter and neatly arrange the suitcases inside the cargo hold. final step, transport all the vehicles to the parking area so that they don't obstruct other activities. Great! Now you know how to unload and load luggage on an Airbus A320neo aircraft. See you later! Hello there! In this tutorial you'll learn how to handle refueling a 737 MAX 8. Refueling an aircraft is one of the most dangerous tasks performed on an airport's apron. The hazard of fire, spills and other dangers are high, so you must follow many safety rules. But don't worry, I will explain everything to you. An aircraft is standing at the stand, with a planned departure very soon. Your task is to refuel the appropriate amount of fuel and ensure that the tanks are properly balanced. Get into the tanker truck and drive it to the vicinity of the indicated aircraft. Remember, under no circumstances should you turn off the engine in the tanker when refueling. There is an important reason for this, namely, in the event of a fire, you must quickly move the tanker away from the aircraft and the terminal to prevent a potential disaster. Okay, jump out of the cab and then open the door to the tanker's fuel compartment. Now you'll need to protect yourself and the aircraft from possible sparks by connecting the grounding cable. Grab the grounding cable on the left side of the container. To connect the grounding cable, go to the aircraft's rear wheel and follow the actions displayed on the screen. Then open the flap on the aircraft wing to prepare for connecting the fuel hose. Approach the tanker, grab the fuel hose and pull it under the wing and connect it to the inlet. Great. Now check the tablet for the amount of fuel you'll need to refuel the aircraft. Go to the Operations tab. Select the aircraft that you need to refuel. In the task table, you will see the amount of fuel you need to refuel. Then go to the aircraft's refueling panel. Okay, now I'll explain how to operate the fuel panel. The panel is divided into 3 columns and 3 rows, where each is assigned to its corresponding fuel tank. Tanks 1 and 2 are wing tanks, and the center tank is, as the name suggests, in the center of the aircraft between the wings. In the first row, you'll find bulbs that illuminate when the valves are open. In the second row, there are valve switches which can be set to open and closed. The third row contains the fuel quantity selector dial, the current fuel level indicator, and the target fuel level in kilograms. Since you already have the panel explained, we'll now focus on the refueling process itself. You must distribute the amount of fuel indicated on the tablet between the 3 fuel tanks of the aircraft. The fuel tanks in the aircraft are located inside the wings and in the central tank located between the wings. First, you refuel the wing tanks, and then you refuel the remaining amount of fuel to the central tank. You'll need to calculate how to distribute the fuel between the tanks. Each wing holds 3.9 tons of fuel, and the central tank holds 13.1 tons. To select the amount of fuel, toggle the right side of the switch. To stop, toggle the left side of the switch. Great. Now open the valves in the wing tanks. To exit the panel view, press the button displayed on screen. Now we only need to start the pump in the tanker by pulling the first lever from the left. You don't have to worry about overfilling, as it has an automatic fuel flow blocking system that will stop when the selected value on the computer is reached. Once the computer blocks the flow, you'll need to manually secure the valve by switching the switch to the closed position. Then open the valve for the central tank to refuel it. When finished, do the same with the other tanks and set the switch to the closed position. Great. Approach the tanker and turn off the fuel pump. Now disconnect the hose from the aircraft and return it to the tanker. Then disconnect the grounding cable, close the panel flap on the aircraft's wing, and close the flap on the tanker. confirm that you have completed the task, use the communication panel. Open it by performing the action displayed on screen. After opening it, select the Flight Crew tab, then Fuel, and finally, confirm refueling. Great! Now you can refuel the 737 MAX 8 aircraft. You will be able to do this task on your own during work. Just remember to move the tanker to a safe location after refueling. Until next time.